What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is SEAL Team Rescues Jessica Buchanan?
Buchanan, I think.
Buchanan?
I think that's it.
To be fair, that would make sense. I'm used to pronouncing names, aren't I? So I do apologise about that. Not heard of this one? I
think I've seen it in the comments.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have seen the comments.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not heard of this particular details or anything like that. Don't know who she is. SEAL Team's Rescue, so I'm assuming my guess would be that potentially a hostage or something like that and they're going to rescue it. But with all these, I think we always say huge respect to the military.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like anyone who's been in the army or anything or served their country, no matter what country it is, thank you so much. Because it means we can be free. Like, what did you do today?
I went to work.
That's pretty much it. You had a McDonald's, which is a disappointing McDonald's. But them doing this meant you could have that experience.
I didn't want that experience.
Yeah, I shouldn't have reminded you of the McDonald's. But I feel like the McDonald's is potentially going to seem a lot less severe after watching this video.
I don't know. You don't know what happened.
we'll save that for the video, which probably came out earlier. We'll give that story max. It's more of a light-hearted one. And this might be a light-hearted one, to be fair.
Might be a happy ending.
Well, I'm guessing it is because I did rescue her.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm imagining potentially the leading up to it isn't the most pleasant, I'm guessing. Smash the like button if you enjoy the content. We'd seriously appreciate that. How many likes should we get on this?
2,000. 2,000,
yeah. Steady. Hit that subscribe button. We'd seriously appreciate that as well. Daily content's back. High five.
Well, for one day it's been.
This is the second day in a row.
Yeah, but...
Let's go. We're back, and it's going to be 4, 5, 6, however many days in a row you legends want. Let's check it out. SEAL Team Rescues Jessica, what do you say?
Buchanan.
Buchanan. Let's go.
We begin with the rescue of Jessica Buchanan. It is the story of a secret mission by SEAL Team 6 that few people had heard about until we first reported the story last year. On a January night in 2012, members of SEAL Team 6 jumped from a plane into the skies of Somalia. Jessica Buchanan was being held hostage, and the SEALs were descending just in time. Buchanan was a humanitarian aid worker who had come to help children in one of the most dangerous places on earth. Hers was an ordeal that ended in a flash of violence, but had begun 93 days earlier when her car was stopped by bandits in a place she calls hell.
We stopped very abruptly, like so abruptly that I felt like everybody just fall forward. And then I start hearing all of this pounding on the windows and the windshield and all this shouting in Somali. And there's a man standing there screaming, and he has an AK-47 and he's shouting and he's pointing it at us. And then he climbs into the car next to me and he points an AK in my face. And they're hyped up like they're on speed. And all of a sudden we just take off. The driver just takes off and we just start slamming all over the place down these camel tracks.
What did you think they were going to do?
I figured they were going to rape me and then kill me.
Jessica Buchanan was facing the end at the end of the earth. Somalia, on the farthest tip of Africa, is war-torn and lawless. Militias battle over an unforgiving land, as we saw while covering a famine there in 2011. It was the same year that Buchanan was with a Danish charity teaching children how to avoid landmines. On October 25th, her car was hijacked.
Okay, this is it. Like, I'm bracing myself to be shot in the back of the head. And I think that there's mercy in the fact that maybe they're not going to rape me first, but that it's just going to be quick. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And then all of a sudden somebody shouts from behind us, "Sleep." And I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't hear that correctly, did I? He just said sleep.
She collapsed, slept through the night, and the next morning was met by the man who led the bandits.
And we ask him, "Are you going to kill us? Is that why we're here?" And he says, no. Money. We just want money.
How much were they asking for?
They started out at $45 million.
They thought you were pretty valuable.
I guess so.
The bandits used her cell phone to call her husband, Eric Landemam.
That's pretty scary.
You'd be so scared, though, if you were a husband as well, being called up.
Getting a random call, definitely. But imagine being in that situation. And especially, it makes it... I think it's awful for anyone, but it makes it even worse the fact that she was over there trying to do
help
good.
The country,
help people to fight. And, that is...
Yeah.
Can't even imagine that again.
So she was in the car with people.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they were hostages too.
Yeah, because...
so it's all of them, they were together.
Other people as well. I don't know if they were people from Somalia or what, but they were definitely... Hence, there was a team. That's awful, isn't it? I definitely wouldn't be able to sleep at night when we said sleep.
It sounds like she clapped, so it sounds like maybe they gave her an injection or something.
Potentially.
Maybe? A drug to make her sleep.
I suppose the shock. That relief, you're not going to get shot, and then you just
Yeah, but I don't think you could trust them.
No, I don't think you can, but I guess the way emotions are, just exhausted, potentially.
Maybe. Or unless they... Yeah, I don't know.
But it's awful, and like I said, for the husband to get a phone call like that, man.
The two had married on an African beach 2 years before. But his number and the numbers of Buchanan's family had all been disconnected. It was part of the charity's emergency plan. The one number that worked was her Nairobi office with a hostage negotiator standing by. And so began months of talks.
Where did they keep you? Day in, day out?
Under trees. Outside.
You were outdoors for 93 days?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and in the night, they forced us to sleep out in the open.
You and Paul came up with nicknames for a lot of the people who were keeping you. That's one of the ways you kept yourself occupied.
We did.
The 10-year-old boy?
Crack baby, because he was cracked out all the time. He was chewing cot, and he had 2 black holes for eyes. There was nothing inside.
This is one of the camps where she was held. The bandits hit her, pointed their guns at her, and put a knife to her throat. But it was exposure that took a toll. She lost 25 pounds. After 3 weeks, the bandits made a video to prove that she was alive.
Have you seen the video?
I have.
Paul and myself, Jessica, we are safe and we are alive.
I can tell I'm starting to lose hope at that point.
But hope would have to last for 2 more months.
As the many weeks went by, did you think the American government's watching me, they know where I am, and somebody's going to get me out of here?
No.
Why?
Because I'm just an aid worker.
You didn't imagine that the President of the United States knew your name?
Never. Never in a million years.
After 3 months in the desert, Buchanan had a...
I think so.
2012, yeah.
2012.
He got elected in 2008, didn't he? So he would run for 4 years?
Yes, and then it was Trump after him. Yes, no, I think that sounds about right.
I think he did 6 years, did he?
No, I think 8.
8 years.
Because he did 2 terms. You can only do a maximum of 2 terms.
Yeah, he did 8, didn't he?
Yes,
he would have been
Obama. But I guess if you're that person in there, you're just thinking, well, apart from my family and all that, who actually cares? I'm not worth 45 million.
No,
you know what I mean?
The government's not going to pay 45 million for me to get released.
Yeah, I mean, you think they're not going to risk... Obviously, they do, which is absolutely amazing, and it sounds like it works out, but... Scary, scary stuff. Because all they want is money, but what are we going to do if you once they don't get that money?
And even if they get that money, are they actually going to release you?
I think for 45 million you would, but you know you're not going to get 45
because
million.
they'd probably say, send me the 45 million, and then what if they shot her?
You never know. I think they definitely would release, because then they'd all be dead, wouldn't they? They'd just get bombed.
True.
I think. We're not the experts on that.
True.
But it's just awful, isn't it? It's just absolutely awful.
Serious urinary tract infection. And in a final call to the hostage negotiator, she said this.
I'd become so ill that I couldn't stand up. I couldn't walk. So I was in so much pain. And I said, I think I have a kidney infection. And I started to cry, and I said, I'm afraid I'm going to die out here.
When that call was received here in Nairobi, it set off a chain of events that led all the way to the Oval Office. The FBI and the military consulted doctors who said that if Jessica had a kidney infection, she might have just 2 weeks to live. That was transmitted to the president, who was also informed that in just a few days, there would be a new moon. Perfect darkness for a SEAL team rescue.
Jessica Buchanan had chosen a star in the Somali sky to represent her mother, who had passed away a year before. She spoke to it every night, and with no moon, It was especially bright on January 25th.
What did you say that night?
Please tell God that I need some help. We need to get out of here.
You couldn't have known that that prayer would be answered that night.
I had no idea.
She was on a mat trying to sleep when she heard a faint scratching noise. One of the bandits she nicknamed Helper heard it too.
And I see this look of just sheer terror on Helper's face. And then all of a sudden, it's just this eruption of gunfire. And I think, okay, well, this is it. This really is truly the end. And I cover up with my blanket again, and I just start saying, oh God, oh God, oh God. And I just remember thinking, or maybe I'm saying out loud, like, I cannot survive this.
She thought she was being taken by a rival group, maybe Al-Shabaab, Islamic extremists who would surely kill her.
And then all of a sudden, I feel all these hands on me, roughly grabbing at me. And I try to protect myself, and I pull the blanket closer on top of me, and then I hear my name. But it's not a Somali accent, it's an American accent. And I can't compute, like I can't understand that somebody with an American accent knows my name. And they say, Jessica, we're with the American military. We're here to take you home, and you're safe. And I pull the blanket down from my face, and all I see is black masks, black sky, and all I can say over and over is, you're American. You're American. I don't understand. You're Americans. Thinking, how did you get here? And I'm still alive. And they ask me where my shoes are, and I don't know. And one of them picks me up and starts running. He runs for several minutes and puts me down on the ground. And then they identify themselves, and that they knew I was very sick, and they have medicine, and they have water, they have food, and they've come to take me home. At one point, I think they thought they heard something, or I don't know, this group of men who's risked their life for me already asks me to lie down on the ground because they're concerned that there might be someone out there, and then they make a circle around me, and then they lie down on top of me to protect me. And we lay like that until the helicopters come in.
When all of those SEALs laid down on top of you, you were the most important thing in the world to them.
It's really hard to comprehend.
They were going to take a bullet for you.
Mm-hmm. And they're so kind, and they're so gentle, and they are trying to assist me to get to the helicopter. But I think I've been out here for months. I can run to this helicopter myself, and so I just break away, and I just take off running through the scrub, through the bush, and I throw myself onto that helicopter and push myself up against the wall. And I don't start breathing until we actually lift up off the ground. And they hand me an American flag that's folded.
What did you think of that?
I just started to cry. At that point in time, I have never in my life been so proud and so very happy to be an American.
The SEALs left on other helicopters. She didn't see their faces, didn't hear their names. They appeared, and they were gone. The only thing left in the camp were 9 dead bandits.
So they killed them all?
Wow. I mean, almost get into it. It just goes to show what is actually going on in the world so we can be free, and what they, especially to be American, they do to protect you.
I think as well, the fact that they went on a different helicopter to her She didn't know their names. She's never going to see them ever again.
They don't take credit for it.
No, they just went in, did their job, and get back out.
It's absolutely amazing, and it must have been so hard for how many days, months it were, wasn't it? Absolutely awful, but it just shows. I'm not for words, to be honest. I don't know if you are. But as always with these, it kind of gets to us a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And wow, what a story. Glad not everyone. Glad we're okay. And
yeah. I hope that she kind of got to meet them though.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but potentially.
But then potentially they might not want to be.
Their identities don't want to be released or not because that's their job, isn't it? I guess. I'd let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I imagine that has made you guys so proud to be American as well. And thanks for suggesting it. I enjoyed that.
Definitely.
And it just shows, like you said, the McDonald's weren't the worst thing in life, wasn't it? Definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm joking.
Smash the like button if you enjoy it, guys. Smash the subscribe button if you don't want to. It's not in the world, is it? And yeah, we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.